Yo, what's up guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel. Today we're finally gonna talk on this channel about the Season 3 update that is just around the corner in Call of Duty Mobile. I'm extremely hyped about it because there have been so many leaks with awesome content and there are so many information out there that also for me honestly it becomes kind of difficult to figure out, alright, which part am I mostly excited about, what is actually all coming up there, which effects do those things have on the overall gameplay experience. That I thought, let's make a top 10 list of all the things that are coming up, ranking from 10 which is like the least or one of the least exciting things that are coming up, to number 1, which is the thing which I'm absolutely 100% hyped about. Well, that being said, I think we can hop straight into it and start off with the number 10, and definitely make sure when you're watching this video to watch until the end and let me know in the comment section what you think about my top 10, because obviously all of those numbers are based on my personal preference. You can obviously also disagree with that, but I'm curious about what you're most excited about and what you're not that curious or excited about. Let me know about that in the comment section for sure. And now let's dive into it. Number 10, the new weapon fairs. So there have been a few weapons that have been announced already, which are coming up in the crates and also in the lucky draw. And to be honest, I'm not at all excited about those. So for example, we're having this new zombie weapon, which is specifically for the zombie game mode, this shotgun right here. And to be honest, I feel like, well, these weapons are super extremely expensive, and since this YouTube channel is not one of the bigger ones, obviously I'm not generating that many funds that it's actually worth it for me to buy them. Obviously if I'm gonna hit tomorrow the 1 million subscribers, and well, then obviously I would go for it, but personally, like I said, this is a personal opinion video. This is really the part where I'm the least excited for, because I obviously won't buy those weapons. I'm just super happy that Call of Duty is not really making those weapons pay to win weapons. Obviously they're giving you kind of an advantage, but similarly to the Pharaoh and the Man of War, those weapons are awesome. They're looking super insane, but in the end of the day they're not really like helping you to perform better in the match, except for the zombie mode. But we could also see that, for example, the ray gun is better in the zombie mode than, for example, the legendary or the wonder weapons we had there. So that's why this is on the number 10 spot. I'm not at all excited about those ones, but there are other things that I'm really excited about, and that starts off with the next part. We're getting to see the rapid fire, and what this game mode specifically does is it actually allows you to get faster kill streaks, so you earn more points per kill, and you're also having, I think, unlimited or at least more ammo than you're having usually. It's gonna be like a total mess on the battlefield. You're just gonna have like predator missiles coming down, raining from the sky. Also there will be like plenty of attack choppers, UAVs consistently flying around in the air. It's gonna be absolutely madness, I think. And also the other game modes, extra game modes we had in the past, like the for example, only sniper game mode or gun game and all that kind of stuff. It's always refreshing, it's always kind of fun to play them. But in the end of the day, the competition here in the ranking is so big that actually this new game mode for me ranks personally just on the 9th place. That doesn't mean that I'm as unexcited about it as with number 10 with the new weapons, but it's just the competition is so incredibly strong in this top 10 ranking that, well, it had to be on the number 9. Jumping on now to the number 8, which is the newest operator, the Hive. And if I remember correctly, I heard a couple of YouTubers or a lot of YouTubers and players being annoyed of explosives in general and also trip mines. And well, then the developers actually thought, alright, let's bring a kill streak that actually is shooting trip mines, which is, I think, which is fueling up the situation a tiny little bit. I think we can counter the Hive very well. I will make a video about that also in the future. I also think like it's a very cool kill streak because it's like a very strategic one. So it just comes in handy in a certain amount of game scenarios. But other than that, I think it's kind of useless. But for some situations, it's probably really cool to play with it. So let's go to the number 7, the Goliath, which is a kill streak that is coming to the game. And to be honest, I'm not really like sure if the Goliath is really gonna be useful in Call of Duty Mobile, except for slaughtering bots, because from what we could see from the people who were playing with the Goliath so far in the beta testing, we could see that the Goliath actually has a lot of health, which is good. but it was pretty inaccurate and the firing frequency was pretty low. So if you want to slaughter bots, I think it's a really cool kill streak. It's gonna, well, just shred them in that case. But if we're thinking about ranked, then I think the Sparrow, for example, or the War Machine, or just G-Launchers would be spammed on this Goliath to take him out immediately. And since it's taking quite a while to take somebody out, is very inaccurate, is slow, well, you're just gonna probably, that's at least my expectation. It might be different if the Goliath is gonna be changed in some certain aspects in its stats. But other than that, if it's not going to be changed, I think that, well, it's not going to be that useful, and therefore it is landing on number 7. And that being said, I think we're ready for the number 6. And these are league system adjustments. What I mean by that is the team deathmatch score will be increased to 50. So the winning team needs to score now 50 kills, which actually designs the team deathmatch to be longer. Then on top of that, the domination matches will be longer, so now the score will be 75 in the first half, and then the end score needs to be 150 in the second half to win the match. That's also pretty cool, so the matches in generally are becoming a little bit longer. And very importantly, a lot of people complain about Hijack, that team deathmatch doesn't really make sense about it because everybody was camping down under in the body of the ship. And Team Deathmatch Hijack is getting removed from the ranked playlist, which is also pretty cool. So number 6 is already really like something I'm extremely hyped about. But wait for number 5, the new zombie game mode, which is on Nacht der Untoten. And I'm a little bit indecisive because zombies was, for the first 1 or 2 weeks of the season, it was really like a trend. Everybody was grinding hard, but afterwards maybe it just appeared to me that way, but nobody was really talking about zombies afterwards anymore. And I hope that this new map is kind of bringing a lot of refreshment to the game mode. That also Pack-a-Punch, which we could see there, and some other new adjustments that we can go outside in Nacht der Untoten, that's what it's pronounced in German. That is adding kind of a refreshing side. Also, for example, that they're extending on the map, which is also pretty cool. So old zombie fans can explore something really new, which is something I'm extremely hyped about. I hope that this time the zombie mode will last a little bit longer, the zombie excitement I like to call it. And well, I will feature that as well on this channel. We're gonna have a very intense live stream about that one as well, try to figure out tips and tricks. But other than that, let's jump to number 4, which is the black hole we could see in Battle Royale. And I'm expecting in Season 3 that with the black hole there is a new event being triggered, which, I don't know, hopefully makes Battle Royale a lot more interesting for the players, and also kind of makes majority of the Call of Duty community also switch to Battle Royale, so that we have like 3 game modes that we can play, which all are really cool. For example, we're having then with the new zombie map a very cool zombie game mode. We're having the multiplayer, which gets a lot of changes, and then also we're having Battle Royale, so we can, I don't know, depending on your mood, you can play whatever you want and everything is cool. And I hope that with this event, they're initiating a really cool season for Battle Royale. I don't know what's gonna pop up, obviously nobody's gonna know, but it's also like a very critical point, I would say, because if they mess up kind of the event and they don't meet the expectations, I think Battle Royale will be becoming a lot more irrelevant. But if they're really pulling off something amazing, something nobody expected, nobody has seen before, then I think Battle Royale has the potential to become a major part and will also attract from other games a lot more players, which is benefiting the game. So I'll keep a very close eye on that, and well, hopefully it's gonna pay out. So now let's hop into the top 3. And that's where the really hard part began, to decide on which update or which Season 3 content is gonna be in there. So let's jump into it. And first of all, starting off with the Season Pass, that's on number 3. there is a lot of content coming up for the season pass, which we could already see. For example, we're having a new captain, which is Phantom. This character is also available free to play, which probably makes a lot of people more excited about it. Also, I've heard, for example, on my Discord server, people saying that they're excited for it because they're snipers, and Phantom actually looks like a sniper and has kind of this ghillie suit and whatever. So there's like a lot of cool season pass stuff available again, a lot of weapon camos, emojis and all that kind of stuff, and I'm always super excited to unlock those. It's really fun to discover new things there in the season pass. Obviously I'm gonna pay for it because that's something I can afford, fortunately. Other than that, let's look at the number 2, which is the 22-20 Battle Royale mode, which is, I think, a very enriching feature. Again, to the Battle Royale mode, imagine like 20 versus 20 players clashing on this map. I think it's gonna be a hell lot of fun. You can practice a lot more the Battle Royale, because sometimes in the Battle Royale game mode I feel like you don't find a lot of opponents. They're always scattered around the map, so sometimes it's like super hard to find opponents. And in the 20 versus 20 game mode, where I'm expecting that when you die you can respawn again, it's gonna be super amazing. Like I really look forward to it, like clashing against multiple opponents at the same time, practicing to take out all of them in a row, be more efficient with my ammo, be more effective with my weapons. And well, that's definitely a game mode I will play a lot more often. And well, like I said, there is a lot of stuff coming for the Battle Royale mode, so that's why I'm also having a lot of expectations with the launch, or when we know what the black hole is bringing to us. And yeah, that's basically my number 2, and now take a good guess what the number 1 is. And the number 1 is actually not really that spectacular, but I think it's gonna bring a very refreshing air into Call of Duty Mobile. So it's the weapon buffs and nerfs. So what we heard so far is the MSMCs being nerfed, then also the stock of the AK-117 and the Type 25 are being nerfed, which means that other weapons are kind of catching up to the power those weapons had. We know that all those 3 weapons were basically the meta for this season, and I think that by also buffing other weapons like the LK-24 and the ASM-10, we're getting to experiment around with new weapons again, maybe some develop new strategies, new approaches to the game. And I think by shuffling around those weapons and improving some, making some a little bit worse, it kind of evens out the playing field and balances out the game very well. And I really love to seeing that. And well, I'm a person that loves to experiment around with weapons. You could, for example, see when I was playing with the shotgun in ranked matches in Legendary. And I think shotguns will also, for example, play a very big role, and therefore this is my number 1, because I think it's just like very refreshing seeing that you don't always need to stick with the same weapons forever, kind of, as long as you play the game, because, well, other weapons are gonna become more important. And so far, since there is no really like pay to win in the game, well, we get to experiment around and experience a lot of different playstyles or a large variety of different weapons, and I think that's one of the biggest parts to it. Of course, there are a couple of honorable mentions like the new maps, which I'm super excited for, also a lot of other changes, but that is basically summing up everything. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. So basically that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know in the comment section what you think about my thoughts about my top 10. What is your top 10? Write it down into the comments. We're gonna see each other in the next video. Peace out.